What is that one step, that first step that you must take before you start anything? I'm going to give you a clue. That first step actually happens before you even take a physical step. Think about what that could be. In this video, we're going to go through that very first step. So, the very first step to financial independence, to anything, in fact, not just financial independence, to everything in life, that very first step happens internally. You have to believe that you can in order for anything to happen. So there's this wonderful saying in the world, you must have heard it. Those who believe they can, and those who believe they can't, they don't get there. Those who believe they can, they're normally right, and those who believe they can't, they're normally right. So if you believe you can do something, it happens, and if you don't believe you can do something, it doesn't tend to happen. Why is that? Just think about it for a second. The reason is that if I don't believe I can do something, I'm not really going to try. I'm not going to put any effort in. I'm not going to take the action. So that very first step is very early on. It's in the mind. Now, I'm going to add something more important to this as well. And that is that the very first time you do anything is the hardest time. And I'm going to give you now some good examples and some bad examples. What I mean by good and bad examples is good and bad actions. And then we'll relate it back to finance. So let's look at this. The first time you do Hajj, you think it's hard. Then when you go to Hajj and you do Hajj and you find out, oh, it's not really that hard, then you want to go again and again and again. Same with Umrah, same with Ittikaf, same with giving charity, same with doing charity work, same with traveling the world and doing work here and there. First time you do something good, you want to do it again and again, okay? It's the exact same thing with bad things. The first time you do drink alcohol, the first time you do gambling, the first time you watch something bad on the TV, it's the hardest time to do it the first time because you don't want to do it. Your belief is telling you, this is bad, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go there. You don't want to do it, it's hard. But that very first time you do it, the second time is easier, and you do it again and again and again. So the question is why? Why is the first time the hardest? It's because you believe it's hard. Because you believe it's hard, that's why it becomes hard. So now you can see how this same mentality, that the first step is the most important step, that you have to believe you can do it. But if you believe you can do something bad, it applies there. And if you believe you can do something good, it applies there. Very, very powerful, but it can be used in a good way and a bad way. I want to show you today how to use it in the right way and in the good way and in the correct way. Now you've understood this, it can be used for good and for bad. Like many things are weapons, they can be used for good, for bad. You can use a knife to cut cheese, meat and so on, but you can use it to harm someone. The knife itself isn't a bad thing. So the mindset, the belief itself is a good thing, it's not a bad thing. Now I want to help you to bring light upon light. What does light upon light mean? Make something even better than it really is. Many people in the world, whether they're Muslim or non-Muslim, they will say you've got to believe in yourself. Well, I say don't believe in yourself. Why? Don't believe in yourself because we believe La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power, no might except with Allah, the Most High, the Great. What that means is exactly what it says. There's no power, no might except with Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ultimate power, which means I don't have power, you don't have power. We can't do anything really. So add to this belief, this is the actions I want to give you, that add to the belief that I believe I can do it, not by my power, but by Allah's power. And when you believe this, I can do this business, I can become financially free, I can change the world, I can make a difference. We say these things, but add to it with Allah's help. With Allah's help it's possible. On my own, I can't do anything, but with Allah's help, yes, everything's possible. So the first action I want to give you is this. Always add this to every belief that you say. That start saying, I can do it, but add to it with Allah's help. Because without Allah's help, no, you can't. The real truth is you can't. I don't believe in myself. You shouldn't believe in yourself. You should believe in Allah's power. That's why we say, inshallah. The second action I want to give you is this. Change your language. Your language, the words that you use are so powerful. Think about this. The entire Quran, what is it? It's words. It's words. It's language. And yet look at the transformation upon the whole world that it's had. The Holy Prophet ﷺ's words, they're words, but they transform the world. So words are very powerful. Use your words about yourself carefully. If you put yourself down and you say, I can't do it, I don't believe in myself, you won't change anything. You won't do it. You won't achieve any type of freedom. But if you say that, no, I can do it, they can do it, I can do it, with Allah's help, then inshallah it will be possible. So I hope this message has got to you and sinked in. Remember, that it can be used for good, it can be used for bad. The first time is always the hardest because you believe it's hard. If you believe it's easy, you'll overcome it. Don't use that for bad things. If you use it for bad things, you'll do bad things and you'll do them again and again. Use it for the good things. Tell yourself those big deeds that you want to do. I'll give you an example. Rectifying a relationship with a loved one, with a kin, with a family member who you don't want to speak to. It's hard. In your mind, it's hard. But if you tell yourself, no, it's easy, then it suddenly becomes easier to do and you can do it. But with Allah's help. So inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the ability, the tawfiq. And we make this dua, but the truth is Allah has already given you the tawfiq. He's already given you the help. The action has to come from you. So if you want to know more about this and this type of money mentality, the correct way of thinking with regards to it, then inshallah within our business school, these things are taught. The reason they're taught there is because they are part of dunya, they are part of this world. They cannot be separated and they shouldn't be separated. Islam came for this world. Ask yourself this question: can you practice deen in the akhirah? Can you practice it there? The answer is no, you can't. You practice it here, you benefit from it there. So there is no separating the spirituality from the dunya, from the business and so on. They're together and they're meant to be like this. So I hope you've benefited from this, inshallah. May Allah SWT give you success and increase your risk. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.